I'm Sophia, 33. And I still can't fully understand why those words ever left my mouth. Maybe it was exhaustion. Maybe the wine loosened something inside me. Or maybe it was the disappointment of him forgetting again. But deep down, I know it wasn't just a night's mood. It was a weight I'd been carrying quietly, pressing into me for months, aching to be let out, but afraid of the damage it would cause. He was in the kitchen reaching for a glass, and I just let it spill. No shouting, no theatrics, just a soft, tired sentence. He paused, left the glass untouched, and turned away. Noah was unlike anyone I'd ever loved. He didn't shower me with surprises or whisper poetry into my ear at midnight. He didn't send flowers to my job or whisk me away on spontaneous weekend trips. What he did was show up fully, consistently. He replaced the broken bulb in the hallway without me asking. He grabbed oat milk because he knew I was trying to avoid dairy. He noticed when I was overwhelmed and wordlessly offered support. But instead of seeing the beauty in that steadiness, I kept comparing him to the storm I once called love, Lucas. Lucas made everything feel like a movie. Passion, chaos, grand scenes. He wrote me letters that read like love songs and fought for me with a desperation that always pulled me back in. But hidden beneath his passion was control. Beneath the romance, a deep possessiveness. I thought that whirlwind was what love was supposed to feel like. Noah didn't bring hurricanes. He brought calm seas. And for someone like me, someone still trying to find comfort and peace, that calmness sometimes felt like emptiness. I thought I needed constant reminders of my worth. Proof of being adored. That evening I cooked something simple, roasted vegetables and warm bread. I cleaned every room, lit candles, and wore a navy sweater he'd once complimented. I wanted the night to feel special. He walked in, gave a worn-out smile, shrugged off his coat, and said the food smelled good. That was it. I wanted more than smells good. I wanted to be seen, to feel unforgettable. Instead, he sat down quietly, grateful, and started eating. So, I picked a fight, something trivial, maybe a text he didn't reply to during his break. He responded gently, saying his day had been brutal and he hadn't even eaten lunch. But my frustration wasn't about the text. It was about how I felt invisible, like all my effort went unnoticed. What I wanted was the desperate pull I used to get from Lucas. The emotional explosions followed by the desperate kisses. The aching apologies. Noah didn't play those games. He didn't argue to dominate or react in rage. He stayed calm. And somehow that infuriated me. So I struck below the belt. I looked into the eyes of the man who had never once made me feel unsafe, who had never failed to show up. And I told him he didn't make me feel the way Lucas did. Silence blanketed the room. He blinked once, slow and deliberate, like he was trying to process what I'd said. Maybe he hoped I'd take it back, but I didn't. I just sat there, cold and defiant, waiting for him to prove me wrong. He didn't. He placed his fork down, wiped his lips with a napkin, and walked to the bedroom. I thought he'd return. He always did. But this time 5 minutes passed. Then 10. When I finally went in, half his clothes were gone. His charger too. The closet was open, a drawer slightly ajar. He hadn't slammed a door, hadn't scribbled a goodbye. He had just disappeared. The silence that followed swallowed me whole. The apartment still smelled like the dinner I'd made. His toothbrush still stood beside mine. His scent lingered on the sheets. I sent him one message. Noah, I mean it. You always made me feel safe. I just wanted to feel special. I'm sorry. He never replied. Later, a mutual friend mentioned he was living with his cousin. Not dating, not bitter, just done. He wasn't angry, just emptied out. And now I live with the weight of that moment, of one careless sentence born from my own insecurities. I had a man who loved me quietly in the small things, the uncelebrated things. In how he brewed my coffee exactly how I liked it. In how he'd walk on the side of the sidewalk closest to traffic without saying a word. He didn't put on a show. He didn't overwhelm me with declarations. He simply stayed until I made him feel like staying was enough. I think about that all the time. How I confused his calm for apathy. How I punished someone good because I was still addicted to the noise of my past. Noah loved me deeply, just not loudly. And I let that kind of love slip through my fingers, chasing after echoes of something that was never real to begin with. So if someone is showing up for you in quiet, everyday ways, don't dismiss them. Don't walk away because their love doesn't come dressed in fireworks. Sometimes the deepest love is the one that's steady, grounded, and asks for nothing but a place to exist. Noah gave me that and I lost it. All because I couldn't recognize that true love doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers and stays until it can't anymore.